Hey, check this out.
Right over there, well, I got my coffee in the way, is a girl getting her portrait made in front of those big wings they've painted on that wall. The photographer's on the other side of that white SUV. This part of town has become a very popular area for that sort of thing. Yeah, let's set this down. Get kind of readjusted here. There we go. Might even make a quick adjustment on the old mic. Point it towards me a little better. Yep, I'm there. Okay. I got my camera out just in case I want to take a picture or something. If you're ever in the Chattanooga area, Mean Mug has really, really good coffee. Not sponsored by Mean Mug at all. I just really like their lattes. They're really good. No, I just wanted to take a few minutes to catch up on this week's news, you might call it that. The coronavirus has basically finally made it to Chattanooga. They've got a case in Chattanooga now. I was expecting that. I've done my due diligence. It's basically an exotic case of the flu. It's like not a death sentence. I don't know why people are freaking out and buying all the toilet paper, but it's just, it just blows my mind sometimes at how people overreact to things. We got the Canon EOS R5 announcement. Everyone's losing their mind over this camera. It's gonna shoot 8K. As far as I know, no software edits 8K. So you'll have to use Canon's proprietary software or some kind of big cinematography suite, you know, like Blackmagic's paid version of DaVinci maybe does 8K. Maybe Ari's, Ari Cameras has a 8K editor, or maybe Red does, but you know, I don't know that any software that's commercially available for people like me will edit 8K video. Not to mention, I've done some simple mathematics on that. Did you realize? I was kind of being conservative with the frame size here. I got my calculator. I've done some math on it. If you do the megapixels, 7680 by like 3000 and something, comes up to 33 megapixels for an 8K image, okay? So if you took that and you just basically did, say, the JPEG pulls from that, because it'll probably come out as MPEG or whatever, I don't know, but JPEG frames off of that will be about 24 megabytes a piece. It's going to shoot 30 frames. That's 720 megabytes per second. So if you do that up, I mean, how fast would it take to fill a 64 gigabyte card? Like a little over a minute, tops off a 64 gig card. And yeah, you'll have to have CF Express cards to be able to handle the data. There's no way around it. Nothing else is going to handle that data flow. I mean, you're moving 720 megabytes per second. These are all estimations that I'm just playing with on my calculator. But, oh boy, I bet I'm blown out like mad now. Let me check my exposure. All right, got my exposure adjusted. It's pretty hopping down here today. But I just wanted to talk a minute about that R5 8K thing. Everybody's losing their mind about how great of a thing it is. Even Tony Northrup, who bragged about how it was leapfrogging everybody else, doesn't use 4K anymore. He's even openly admitted he went back to 1080p. Now, there's only going to be like 4 people on Earth that'll use this 8K. It'll be used as like maybe a B-roll camera for a film company or something like that. It's not going to be like every YouTuber that's on the planet is going to run out and have to shoot all their videos in 8K. I don't have a computer that can process files that big. I mean, it's just going to be an incredible amount of data flow. The camera's going to get smoking hot without cooling fans or something. I mean, there's no way around it. The batteries are going to, I mean, you're moving a lot of information. And every one of those is a transistor turning on and off. So it's moving current. And that amperage comes out of the battery. I'm curious to see what limitations they have to put on it to be able to actually have 8K 30 frames coming out of that camera. It's going to be interesting to see. I figure it'll either have a restriction on the time limit it can record, because it'll get too hot if it don't, or it'll start dropping frames or something like that. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, you'll have to run 500 gigabyte cards or terabyte cards in it, or some kind of crazy number like that. So let me see, the sun keeps coming back out, so I want to make sure that I'm not overexposing. There we go. Yeah, it's getting a little brighter. We'll add a little bit more of that too. There we go. Darken that down just a little. There. In other news, I almost got a whole bunch of lenses and an ancient Ryko camera today for practically nothing, but somebody beat me to it, and I think that they actually came and picked it up because I saw the ad was gone off Facebook. That's the way it works. I'm always a day late and a dollar short with that stuff. So what do you guys think about this Canon EOS R5? Do you think it's going to have a 50 megapixel sensor like maybe out of the 5D SR, or maybe it's going to have a new sensor that maybe is 100 megapixel or 75 or something? Plus they're starting to kind of cannibalize the 1DX Mark III market. If this camera does everything that they're saying it's going to do, it's going to get into that market. Maybe they're not going to produce a lot of 1DX Mark IIIs, and they're just going to kind of focus on the mirrorless sector, because I'm pretty sure that's what Nikon's doing. Nikon's got a really strong stills camera in the D6, but they didn't really put a lot of focus on video with that camera, because I think they're going to punch that video up to the next level with the next mirrorless release. Because, you know, the Z6 has got pretty strong video specs in it. So I'm assuming, based purely on conjecture, that they're going to take that whole mirrorless game and step it on up to a higher level. I really think that that's why they didn't spend a lot on the D6. I'm pretty sure they're expecting it to not really move, and people are moving towards the mirrorless, and they're wanting to start focusing more on the mirrorless. You can kind of see it with their roadmap and the mirrorless lenses. They've come out with a crop sensor mirrorless camera in the last year. They've got 2 mirrorless full frames. I really think they're trying to move towards that, and they're moving slowly away from that flagship camera, because I'm pretty sure they've never really moved a lot of those cameras. So if they can move people to a Z7 or a Z7S, or maybe what a Z8 or whatever the new Z is, and build all the pro features that the D6 has into that camera, they can just quit making the DSLR. You know, they're still making the 780 or whatever, and a few of those, but they can start phasing that out, and I think that's what they're doing. Do y'all think this new EOS R5 is going to be the end-all, be-all, and all of us YouTubers are going to have to go sell all of our older camera gear and go buy it just so we can stay relevant? I'm not. So, with that, I appreciate you guys watching. And if y'all like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. Then, drop me a comment. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this R5 is going to be a game changer? Do you see a lot of people converting to the Canon system because of the way this thing operates? Do you know anybody that's going to shoot 8K video? I'd like to know. So until next time, this is David, the Georgia Photographer. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know I tell you to get your camera out and go take a picture with it. And that's what the hashtag is about. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.